We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is our Thanksgiving Day sermon. It's our Jason and I's one of our favorite holidays, so we were really pumped and honored to be a part of it. And I think actually we're going to start. I think Lisi has prepped something for us today, so I'm going to hand it on over to you, Lise.
Thank you. I loved the cornucopia of different faiths speaking on gratitude, and I pulled one from a religion that I practiced before I became a unionist. Very beautiful prayer from the Baha'i faith. So I'm just going to read it out loud. This is a Baha'i prayer for praise and gratitude. Glorified art thou, O Lord my God. I yield thee thanks for having enabled me to recognize the manifestation of thyself, and for having severed me from thine enemies and laid bare before mine eyes their misdeeds and wicked works in thy days, and for having rid me of all attachment to them, and caused me to turn wholly towards thy grace and bountiful favors. I give thee thanks also for having sent down upon me from the clouds of thy will that which hath so sanctified me from the hints of the infidels and illusions of misbelievers, that I have fixed my heart firmly on thee, and fled from such as to have denied the light of thy countenance. Again, I thank thee for having empowered me to be steadfast in thy love, and to speak forth thy praise, and to extol thy virtues, and for having given me to drink of the cup of thy mercy, that has surpassed all things visible and invisible. Thou art the Almighty, the most exalted, the all-glorious, the all-loving. So the words in this prayer for me are about like turning away from thoughts of ego and illusion and fear, and choosing love, and giving God thanks for supporting me to do that. I felt it was a really nice prayer to give thanks for even God supporting us to choose Him.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you. It's very deep. It's a deep one.
Yeah, what just comes to mind is that also that God shows us, right? And I remember Christy shared at the end of the sermon also with the thoughts, right? To really like be aware of what you're thinking, and to like focus on God and the gratitude, right? Kind of like a lifestyle, and to not get distracted, right? Similar to the movie that Jeff and Shaleia shared recently, like with the Pilgrim's Progress, right? That you can watch on YouTube. To just focus on light, right? On God, and kind of being aware, okay, what I'm afraid of, and to not allow your thoughts kind of like to talk you into something, right? But staying in the true reality with God. So yeah, it's really good to remind ourselves, and also like Jason and Chrissy shared with the beginning and the end of the day with the prayer. Right, to kind of set yourself up, like the moment you open your eyes, or even when you get awake, thank you for life, or like the Dalai Lama said too, right? And to be like ahead, like what God wants to teach you today, right? To look forward to that. And the same like with the night, that it goes into your dreams, right? Like Chrissy said, that it sets yourself up for a good sleep when you think like what you learned during the day and everything that you received. And so you just receive more. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It really practices a new kind of vibration for you, because gratitude is such a high vibration, right? And then when you, for example, you make a list of all the things that you feel grateful about, and this is a task that Chrissy once gave me, is like, yeah, just once a day, sit down for 5 minutes and just list all the things that you're grateful for, And it's a favorite, this exercise, because within a few minutes, you can really just remember a lot of beautiful things and just feel good about them. And as a result, you feel uplifted there. And when you do that often, then you really increase your default vibration, let's say. That's my experience.
I also loved your meditation, Fabian, where you gave some space, right, to feel into what we're grateful for. So we can repeat that kind of and like getting into this space. Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that really hits on what Jason and Christy shared about being in a state of gratitude rather than just saying the words. Like being in the state in your being and, kind of remembering the things you're grateful for with the list, giving yourself a space to do that. That is so powerful for me. And, I have to admit, I've been remiss in gratitude. And it was so wonderful to have this sermon today, because I did, during the meditation and during the sermon, start thinking of things I was grateful for and things that I have now. I had prayed to God for long ago, and I now have them, and it's almost like I'm humbled by today's sermon to help remind me to be grateful. I'm thankful to God to have Him help me be thankful. And that's just, it's very humbling in such a good way. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. That was the one part that stood out to me. It's the being in a state of gratitude.
Yeah, I think that's so important, that component of like beingness. Like it's not about the words you say, it's about like the energy behind it. I think it's really, really important to sit in that gratitude. And if you don't feel grateful, like sit with yourself and like really give yourself that space, like Fabian was doing in the meditation, to come into gratitude. Like it's completely okay if like you're feeling a particular way or you're feeling heavy or bad. But it's also appropriate to sit in those feelings until they release, so you can feel light and good and really just be with yourself and your family. I think like Thanksgiving for Jason and I is just really a day of family. It's a day of like cooking and life and thriving and just really being grateful for everything that we have. And it brings so much like energy into your home and into your life when you do that. And we can have that every single day. It's simply a choice to bring that energy and beingness into your home and into your life. I know that we do it a lot where we'll turn on music and just like, be in our home and just feel really, really good. And we just, all the comfort food around it and like everything, we just really, really love it. And so, yeah, like watching, just movies that feel good. And, it's really a great holiday. And I think it's a holiday that everyone can celebrate because everyone, loves to be thankful. And like, it's an opportunity to just sit in that energy and reflect on your life, reflect on everything going on within you and around you, and see the changes, to see where your year is going, reflect on what you might want to focus on in the year after. And I just think it's a great opportunity to do that.
It was also like the card from the reading, right? Solitude, to really go within to contemplate about everything. And also the first one, overcoming every obstacle, right? Really with the teachings of union, you have the solution for everything, for every problem. And yeah, we're also grateful for that, right? And also Thanksgiving, like in Germany, it's not really that thing like in America, but I love that really much. Right, it's more about in Germany, like when the harvest is done, kind of the cornucopia Lisi shared, but at the end of October. But I love that like 1 month before Christmas to kind of get already in the holiday season. And I just recently watched like from the series Friends, right, the Thanksgiving episode with the turkey in the head, and had a good laugh at the sunglasses in the head. And they were kind of scaring each other. Yeah, it's really, I also choose to celebrate, right? I think it's the 24th of November, or like next Thursday or something like
Well,
that.
it's the last Thursday of the month of November.
Of November, yeah. Okay. Nice.
It's not as big in Germany, but I definitely feel the vibes every year. And this year I feel it in particular for some reason. And I'm really I just feel the peace behind it. I'm looking forward to the Black Friday as well, you know. And I
Yeah,
also
that's an amazing part of Thanksgiving. Just I know you have something else, Fabian, but the Black Friday sales, like all of the opportunity to get Christmas presents and like, we're already tracking stuff. It's just fun. It's a really, really fun time of year. Yeah.
yeah, it's exciting in a good way. And I'm getting used to the potato mash, is it called? As well.
Well, yeah, mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have a divine dish dinner. You're gonna have divine dish Thanksgiving dinner.
I mean, I should. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna make it happen. Yes.
Oh, it's so good. It's just like so we were picking up everything the other day for it. And I was like, oh, so many carbs. I think we need it. And Jason looked at me, he's like, that's what it's about. And I'm like, okay. Right. It's just good. It's just so good. And that's something I love about Divine Dish is that we actually have something similar throughout the year, like just like the turkey and the gravy and the mashed potatoes. So it's not like all at once. So like ever since being on Divine Dish for Thanksgiving, it's been so much more enjoyable because there's not overindulgence, right? Because overindulgence isn't joy, but like it's always just like absolutely perfect and super delicious. So yeah, I know the mashed potatoes are new for like the German community like specifically, but they're very, very good once you nail them. Yeah.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is a traditionally a holiday from the United States. There's also Canadian Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I think. But yeah, we typically associate it with like a lot of food and the harvest, and um, you know, we can always renew that holiday in our hearts by just having it be a holiday of gratitude. And I am so grateful for Divine Dish myself. Like I know I could talk the whole time about how Divine Dish has really changed my life and continues to change my life. How grateful I am to be able to have something to do together with my twin flame. Every human being has the common fact that we need to eat, and every human being must eat food. I know some of you might know people who just absorb the sun's energy, but we're talking about the most of humanity needs to eat food. And um, throughout history and cultures, cuisine has been such an important part of life, and um, part of people gathering together and sharing and bounty together. And I'm really grateful for that. And I'm to kind of bridge this with another branch of the Church of Union and Divine Gaming. It's really nice to be able to get together with other people from around the world and play games together. We were thinking of doing that, some of us, um, in our group, but it's just so nice. It's a nice time to gather people together and be grateful together for the community. And that that gratitude just kind of moves the energy forward, and we keep expanding the love because of this gratitude. And um, yeah, I really, I lived in countries that didn't celebrate Thanksgiving for a few years actually. And so I always had a Thanksgiving dinner at my house wherever I lived, and invited, people in Taiwan to come over, or England, or friends, and we had a big dinner. And it was really enjoyable for everybody. So I think it's something that everybody can celebrate.
Oh, we did that too. We see like when we were in Italy, like and when I was stationed in Italy, like we would all get together and we would invite our Italian neighbors over and they would get to enjoy like a Thanksgiving dinner, and they were so excited to have like a real Thanksgiving dinner with like an American Thanksgiving dinner. It was just really good. And it's all about that, like just bringing families together, and whatever that means for, everyone. It doesn't necessarily have to be like biological family or kids. It could just be you and your partner. It could be you and your dogs. It could, whatever your family is, and just spending time together and in love and in gratitude. And it's a very powerful energy that it has a momentum to it that can really support you in living a different life when you allow yourself the choice to be grateful regardless of what's going on in your life. There's always something to be grateful for, because we all have love in us. I was listening to a sermon, a LPC sermon earlier this morning, and it was all about every one of us has love in us. Every one of us has blood moving through our veins. That's love. Every one of us has, like life in us. We have a soul in us. So therefore we have love in us. And it's so good to just sit with that and realize that every one of us has the ability to love and to be grateful for that. And as you choose gratitude and practice gratitude and sit in gratitude, it really is a communication to the universe that you're ready for more, that you're ready to receive more, you're ready to give more, you're ready for more. And then the universe will bring you more as you sit in that gratitude. And you could be grateful for whatever is going on in your life, and it'll always bring you more good into your life as you open up and choose to receive it.
Yeah, I feel that it's the whole journey, kind of like into perfect union with God, right? Like the more God you allow in with every mirror exercise, for example, you're doing, the more you receive on the outside too, right? This manifestation process. Yeah, it's, for example, I remember a quote, or like where it said, all the love songs were written for you, right? When you really got aware your relationship with God, that everything what is created on earth, God created for you, right? Personally. And when you get this mindset, it's just about this receiving block. I feel that we are all kind of healing, right? To receive more, that we deserve it, that we are enough, and all these blocks that we are healing along the journey. So to really get aware, like you could cry the whole day, kind of when you're aware, like what God has gifted you, all the good stuff.
Yeah, to kind of highlight what you shared, Christy, I experienced the contrast of that where I woke up I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this. I woke up in a bad mood. I woke up uh, thinking about or ruminating on the thing that I went to bed ruminating on. And I was upset about something, and I went to sleep and woke up. I was still there. I got out of bed. I'm like, this annoying situation. Oh man, and it was such a heavy energy. And I realized, like, I looked around and I realized, like, my gosh, like, my twin flame is in the kitchen cooking us breakfast. This is the thing that was so hard for me to imagine 4 or 5 years ago. Like, and so I instantly just was like, oh my gosh, like I cried a little bit. Like I am so I um humbled myself. I felt really grateful for what I had, and the rest of my day was splendid. It was great once I made that shift. But so many people, I think, those maybe watching this, maybe you've experienced in a time when it just seemed like everything was not so fun, not so great, not, the thing that you desire that it's not here, whatever you're telling yourself. And just like what Christy said, and especially what Jason and Christy said in the sermon, the moment you have gratitude, everything shifts. Like God can give you more when you're asking, or when you're grateful for what you have. It's like, the law of attraction, like attracts like. So when you start to think, oh, I don't have this thing, or you're just gonna keep manifesting, I don't have this thing. But it's just important to be in the presence of love, and be in your own presence with what God is giving you and has given you. It's so, so powerful.
I agree. It's like when you are grateful for what you have been receiving, then you can really just integrate it and like absorb it in a good way. And then it's grounded, and then the universe, God can give you like the next piece to be grateful for. And something that I also apply is being grateful for challenges more, in the sense that they can remind me of, let's say, God's strength within me. Also remembering that any challenge that I might be facing is just perfect for me at the moment to lead me to more of the good stuff as well. And that is a really nice shift to have. And Jeff and Shaleia talked about this as well in their video, that, when you do that, you can only ever be happy and grateful because you focus on the good thing. And that is an amazing practice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just to say something additional to what you shared, Fabian, is having gratitude doesn't mean that you spiritually bypass or like not pay attention to your feelings or move through your feelings or heal your upsets. Like if you're upset about something, acknowledge your feelings and practice the mirror exercise. But once you do that, to really come into your peace and then look around you at everything. I was actually I found it really powerful to have gratitude for my body. And like when I went through cancer, I realized, oh my gosh, like my body is amazing. Like I have organs that are doing their job. My heart is working, my lungs are working, my stomach is working. I'm so grateful. I have my hands and my legs. Um, Having a medical issue kind of reminds us of our systems, our whole body systems, and the ones that are there that are working well. How miraculous that is, and that's one place you can start. And definitely move through your feelings if something is upsetting you, but you can still have gratitude without spiritual bypassing.
It's also so much easier to stay like in this state with God while you're walking through challenges, right? That you feel like at peace, right? Sometimes I also say that to clients. So like when you feel your feelings or really like pain, the peace will never leave you, or the love will never leave you, right? That you know that you're kind of embraced by God while you're feeling your feelings when you go through challenges. And I also remember the book, The Law of the Spirit World, where it says like to take every challenge with a smile, right? Because it's like we know from the teachings, it's a building block, right? For our good, for the foundation, for the palace that we are all creating for not only our twin flame union, but our perfect union with God. Yeah, to kind of being like thankful for the, as I say, inner muscles, right? The strength that we are building with what we are capable of with God, right? To partner with God in every place. And to also like Jay shared, I remember also in the sermon, right? This really seeing your own success, right? What sometimes you feel it's normal. I do this task every day, but see how far you have come, and to be proud of yourself, right? It's not pride, or sometimes you think maybe when I would do that, but because we have to celebrate the success to ground it, to achieve like higher vibrations. So it's very important, like to be also grateful for yourself, what you did also for your body, right? Everything, the inner healing that we did, so that we can take on more to ground it in.
My like light started flickering when Christy was done with that. Yeah, like I agree with that so much, Christy. Like I know that I personally really love like moving my body and exercising, and I feel so grateful when I complete that task on a daily basis. And I also feel it when I don't complete the task and I'm back where Lisi sits and like moving through my upsets with it, because I genuinely like it, and like doing yoga and walking. And like I feel really good in my body when I do those things. And it's a really interesting experience to have gratitude for yourself when you do complete a task. Like even if it's a little one, you know, it's important to like complete a task of the day and be grateful to yourself for completing that task, because it's the way you're loving your future self, right? I remember a speech an admiral gave at a college that was really like, that kind of blew up on the internet a while back. And he said like, you know, whatever you do, complete the first task of the day, like make your bed. Because when you make your bed, like one thing, once you complete a task, you're more likely to complete another task of the day. And if you have a really crappy day, you come home to a made bed and it's a promise for a better tomorrow. And like that's true. Like, you know, you can be grateful, like, okay, I might have had a crap day, but I have a beautifully made bed waiting for me to climb into at the end of the day. And it feels really good. And like anytime you like do something little for yourself like that, it does, you can feel it, and you can feel that you loved yourself in that way when you do things. And so even the little things, have a lot of gratitude for yourself, and just choose, if you're like kind of getting stuck and you don't feel like you have gratitude in your life in any way, start with something little like that. Like, you know, flossing, for example. Like I took a really long time to get into a habit of flossing. I don't know if that's normal, but it was for me. Like I would brush my teeth, but not like floss. I got into flossing and now I can't like not floss. I floss twice a day and my teeth feel so good. And like they just, I love, you know, I love my teeth completely and properly, and they love me back, right? And I didn't have that when I was younger because I wasn't necessarily like, it wasn't influenced in my home to floss. And so like, you know, I was like, wow, this is a change and it feels really good to me. And I'm grateful that I do that for myself. I got into like a face washing routine, and like I do it every night. And as I did it every night, I started buying different products for myself that are a little more like loving, or you know, organic or whatever, like they work for me. But like I had to build myself up there. Like I had to have confidence that I wasn't going to like spend money and then not use it. So like I had to do, I had like this thing where I had to do the night routine for like 90 days before I like invest in some deeper products that are a little more expensive. But like I do that now and it feels really good, and I really enjoy my night routine. And so like it's really important wherever you are to start somewhere and practically apply gratitude in your life and feel good about yourself in those spaces and allow yourself to build on that, like Christy was saying. I think that's really, really important.
Amen for the bed making. That is, it's like the best feeling. Like the blankets are all smooth and you could like lie down on it like a couch, or get, you know, unfold the blanket in a nice crisp triangle and get in, kind of like if you were at a hotel. Like the magic of bed making is just, you know, changes one's life. And you realize that, yeah, like I had a little joke about being kind to future Lisi, or you know, you could say it for yourself, being kind to future Fabian or Christy, or you know, like I'm thinking about myself in the future, and then when the future comes, you can be grateful for the love that you gave yourself, not dumping stuff on my future self to do later, but you know, handling it and taking care of it now. I have a lot of gratitude for that. Bed making, perfect.
I love that I watched that speech as well from that admiral, and since then I definitely make my bed in the morning. You know, I love these kind of stories, but there's a lot, you know, good behind that. And you know, a lot of times there's so much good going on, and it's kind of hidden, or you're not really, at least that's my experience, I am not really connecting to all the good stuff surrounding me. For example, in my relationships, you know, there's so many people just really supporting me and loving me, and I can receive that in a state of gratitude. And otherwise, it's not really visible, and I'm like not connecting with it. But if I'm grateful and, you know, I practice gratitude, then all of this is opening up, and wow, I feel that love to that person and this person, and it's just like this upward spiral kind of, you know, because there's always something good happening, you know. And once you find that first thing, I think it's much easier to find the second and the third thing as well. And that also improves relationships. You know, if you're grateful for the relationship that you have currently, then you can enjoy these relationships more. It's also deepening those, and you can attract more of that, more relationships you're grateful for.
Yeah, I just loved it with the relationships, and it's also a reflection of your relationship with the divine, right, with God and with yourself, and being your own best friend, and you just experience more God, right, for others on the outside, and it feels so juicy to have such a fun time, right, with people where you feel really safe in this space, and that you're here together, and that we're healing as one collectively, often like through the same topic at the same time, and you don't feel alone on this journey, right? Like maybe before you found this place in this community. And yeah, it's like you said, it's always something good or in the open forum, right? Like, or in this group, or like so much uplifting energy that you just needed to hear right now, right? And how grateful we are to be here and to receive so much love. Yeah, it's very humbled about that. And I just thought about what Chrissy shared in the sermon too with Jeff, like where he kind of in class was so grateful for the power of God, right? He felt so humbled, right? To be really in this being state, this eternal gratitude. And yeah, it just was coming to mind that it's all about, love, God, and true, your relationship.
So I pulled some cards I thought I'd share. We were talking today. It's from Whispers of the Lord Ganesha. I like this deck a lot. It's very helpful. So the first one I got while we were talking was Wholesome, and it's a chakra card with like the heart chakra. And I really love that because for me it was about like when you practice gratitude, you're like activating your heart chakra, and it just like, you know, projects around you and brings you into a space of like utter love and gratitude. And that's very nice. And then the second card I got when we were talking about Thanksgiving was Delight. And like Ganesh is just like in complete delight about like Thanksgiving. And you know, he's like looks like his hands rubbing his belly a little bit. It's just kind of like that's what we're doing as we enjoy Thanksgiving. And the third card was Understanding, and like really looking at things and choosing to understand them, and choosing to look at them from a place of gratitude and peace, and seeing that those challenges we were talking about, like understanding that challenge is coming to you to build a block to heal something in your life, and we're all completely equipped to do that. And it's just sitting with that understanding and that feeling, and this feel really good to me. And I kind of pulled them as we were talking, so I don't know if you guys have any insights there, but it's a little Ganesha for you. The mover of obstacles. Yeah.
That felt spot on.
Definitely to see it from a higher perspective with the understanding everything, and like this second card too, like with feeling blissed out, kind of looks like he had a cocktail in his hand, or I don't know. Yeah, romancing yourself, right? Also, like with the delight card, also somebody put that for me today, like a delight card, and to do the romance attraction course again, like for myself, and to romance going deeper there. Yeah, it's also coming to my mind. And the first card, what was the first card again?
It was the chakra card, the heart, the wholesome card.
All right,
Yeah.
I felt that really. It's really about the heart chakra. You attract with your heart like a magnet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful. All right, team. Does anyone have any closing comments as we wrap up today's tea time?
Yeah, I'll just share another thing you shared in the sermon was when you have gratitude and you're in your being, you share that in your being with others. Like the gratitude is contagious, and one's gratitude doesn't take away from someone else's gratitude. That adds to it.
Kind of the rainbow blessing card, like the last one from the reading today, right? So it's for the blessings.
I love that gratitude's contagious. That feels good. All right, everyone, that's our tea time. Thank you so much for joining us. We will all see you next week. Bye-bye.